The holidays, they are a time when people choose to donate to their favorite charities, but there's been a decrease in charitable donations the past 2 years, and experts say it's due to inflation. No surprise there, but there are ways that those donations can help you boost your own finances before the new year. Financial professional John Lawton from Open Air Advisors is here to share some strategies. Good morning to you, John.
Good morning, Matt.
All right, so why are the holidays a good time to donate? I know that it's not just the Christmas spirit possibly, but there's some financial reasons that you could get this in before the end of the year.
Well, none of us want to be a Scrooge, right? But for a lot of companies, we're getting to the end of the year. We're looking at our finances, and for individuals and companies, we're looking at the tax benefits that you could potentially gain by donating some money or donating some time. And so year-end ends up being a good time for us to plan to get those donations in by the end of the year.
And how can you make the most out of those donations when it comes down to your taxes? Explain that to us who probably don't know how you can save money by just giving some to a charity.
Sure. I've got three strategies that we use. I primarily work with retirees. And so the top one there, qualified charitable distributions are a great way to save money if you are in those years where you're having to take distributions from your IRA because you're over 73. And so if we send that money directly to the charity, those distributions can potentially be completely tax-free. If we have an account, like a taxable account that has stocks that's just been sitting there and grown over time, rather than donating money, donating that highly appreciated stock helps us avoid the taxes on that appreciation. Lastly is just donor advised funds. Donor advised funds are a great way to help be able to send money to or to donate money, but also control those assets while they're at the individual fund. One other strategy, Matt, and one that probably a lot of your viewers might use a little more often than some of those others is a strategy called bunching. And that's where we look at, for a lot of us, we may not hit the limit to be able to get a tax deduction on the distributions that we have this year or the donations that we have this year. So what we might decide to do for a lot of your listeners out there is, rather than just do a little bit this year and a little bit next year, let's just push these donations into next year so that we have a bigger donation next year, and that might help us on our taxes next year.
And just if you're getting into this, how would you, obviously advise starting? Because some people probably have never done this before, or they may be new to it. What would be your advice to those folks who maybe be wading into this for the first time?
Well, and always do your research, right? Make sure that we're donating to the right types of organizations. I realize giving money to our family members might be great, but that might not help us on our taxes. So a 501c3 organization like churches and charities are a great way. Know how much you can donate. You can donate up to about 60% of your AGI. Anything beyond that doesn't help us on our taxes. And lastly, keep our receipts. So anything over $250, we need to have a receipt for it. If we're donating clothing or anything like that, we need to have a detailed record of the things that we donated.
All right, that's John Lawton with Open Air Advisors. John, who do you got in the A&M UT game today?
Ooh, I'm going to go UT.
All right, well, I think Kyle Roberts might have heard that. We'll see what he has to say here in the weather
break. I'm a Baylor guy.
Hey, there you go. There you go. We got to beat Kansas today. So one way or the other, thank you so much, John Lawton with Open Air Advisors. If you need anything from them, they are here in North Texas. Your insight, incredibly appreciated.